Erik ten Hag did his best to feign ignorance, but the laughter in his voice rather gave the game away. So why couldn't he convince Frenkie de Jong to sign for Manchester United last summer? I don't know that we wanted him, replied ten Hag with a little chuckle. What he said next revealed exactly why ten Hag and United wanted him, and why it's quite possible that they could have another go at signing de Jong this summer. Frenkie is an incredible player, said ten Hag. He would strengthen every club in the world because he has a unique quality. If you can get him in the squad, your team will be stronger. If things had worked out differently, de Jong could have been lining up as a United player this evening. An agreement was in place between the two clubs over a £63 million deal, but the Dutchman chose to stay with Barcelona, partly because he couldn't reach a compromise with the Catalan giants over £17 million in unpaid wages. Frenkie de Jong has received extremely high praise from Man United manager ahead of Barcelona's Europa League clash with the Red Devils on Thursday. Ten Hag wanted de Jong to join him in Manchester over the summer, but the Dutch midfielder decided to stay at the La Liga club, so Ten Hag and de Jong will be on opposite sides at the Nou Camp, where the United manager will have to find a way of blunting a player who prospered under him at Ajax. We had a class in 2019 that was a team with a lot of fascination, added ten Hag. In Spain, Frenkie became even better. He's a fantastic player. He plays out from the back, he always has time, and it was a pleasure to work with him. De Jong's decision to stay appears to have paid off. He is back in the team and playing some of his best football as Barca have gone to the top of La Liga after an unbeaten run of 12 games, including 11 wins. United's form is not too shabby, either. Ten Hag's side have suffered just one defeat in 17 matches in all competitions, including 14 wins. Which is why it's such a pity that the prize at stake here is a place in the last 16 of the Europa League. UEFA's preference for staggering the kick-offs in its secondary competition means that one of the greatest match-ups in football will get underway at the preposterously early time of 5:45 p.m. in the UK, a slot usually reserved for games in the darkest corners of Eastern Europe. Barcelona and us would have preferred to play this match in the final, said ten Hag. Both clubs have the ambition to be in the Champions League, and impact the Champions League to go beyond the group stage. But the reality is we are in the Europa League. Both clubs needed a reset, and we are both on a journey and going in the right direction. We're excited to face each other. Ten Hag, left, worked with de Jong, right, during a great period of success at Ajax. Dutchman de Jong, left, has been able to reignite his career at the Camp Nou this season. Barcelona manager Xavi, left, has now made de Jong, right, a key player in his midfield. Barca boss Xavi was more blunt, basing his argument on the fact that United ended up in the Europa League by finishing 6th in the Premier League last season, and Barcelona by dropping out of the Champions League after a disappointing group stage. At the end of the day, we are playing in the Europa League, he said. We don't deserve to be in the Champions League, and neither do they. Either way, there is no escaping the history around this fixture. Xavi, of course, was a key figure in the Barca team who beat United in the Champions League finals of 2009 and 2011. United overcame the Catalans in the semi-finals en route to lifting the trophy in 2008. They have never beaten Barcelona at the Nou Camp before, but it will always have a place in club legend as the scene of their 1999 Champions League fairy tale against Bayern Munich. United in the end secured the signing of Casemiro, middle, from Real Madrid but could return to try and land De Jong in the summer. 25-year-old De Jong was described by United boss Ten Hag as an incredible player. United arrived here without Lisandro Martinez and Marcel Sabitzer, who are suspended, and Antony, Scott McTominay and Anthony Martial, who are injured. At least Casemiro's domestic ban doesn't count in Europe. I think it's been quite obvious to see how important he is to the team when he's not been playing, said Luke Shaw. He loves to win the ball back and tackle. We always say to him that he likes to give the ball away so he can go and win it back. 3 key clashes: Frenkie de Jong v Casemiro. Casemiro signed for United in the summer and de Jong didn't. It promises to be a fascinating duel between the two men as the Brazilian returns from a domestic ban to continue his fine start to life in Manchester. Robert Lewandowski v Rafael Varane. With Lisandro Martinez suspended, Varane will assume responsibility for marking Barca's 23-goal top scorer this season as the former Real Madrid defender faces his old rivals back at the Nou Camp. Jules Koundé v Marcus Rashford. Barca boss Xavi has identified Rashford as United's main threat on the back of a scoring streak that has brought 13 goals in 15 games. Koundé, who has played at right back for the Catalans in recent games, is tasked with stopping him.